I was toasting bread one time when I saw a piece of bread stuck in the toaster. And for some reason, I decided it was a good idea to use a metal knife to take the piece of bread out of the toaster. I had no other thought in my head. I had every intention of putting a metal butter knife into a toaster. And as I got closer, I don't know how, but I just stopped. I had every intention of putting the knife into the toaster, but I just stopped. It was like my guardian angel grabbed my hand before my dumbass put a knife into a toaster. Because if I did, I could have gotten electrocuted and died. Or worse, break the toaster. Almost my whole life, I've been brain dead. Like my head, my thoughts would always be a clusterfuck. I would do things that I would regret. I would say things I would regret, all because I wouldn't stop for a moment and think about the thing that I was going to do. Some might say this might be your diet, maybe it's some condition you might have, but a lot of us could say it's legit because we're just brain dead. Brain dead from the excessive amounts of TikTok, YouTube shorts, Instagram reels. You probably heard that because of short form content, your attention span is less than that of a goldfish. Which it is. Because of all of this stuff, I've legit been on autopilot, except the autopilot was a monkey on cocaine. When was the last time you really analyzed about what you were going to say? How often does your mind wander in class? How often do your thoughts might even bother you? How often do they make you want to do things that you really don't want to do? When was the last time you were present? What I mean by present, I mean like you being here with me right now. You're not thinking about scrolling off to watch some random hyper-stimulating video. You're not thinking about the work that you have due by Friday. You're not thinking about how much you deranked on Marvel Rivals. You're here right now in the present. And you just get so much more inner peace when you're in the present. And the way I did it is to not judge your thoughts. Just see them for what they are and just let them go. Don't analyze them. Because what I understood is that, like your senses, your thoughts come and go. And what I mean by that is that think of your thoughts like a sixth sense. With your taste, your sight, your smell, your hearing, your touch, you feel outside things, but with thoughts, you feel inner things. You taste, you feel, you touch inner thoughts, concepts, or ideas. When you relate thoughts to senses, you realize that thoughts, they come and go just like any feeling, like your smell. Let's say you smell something bad, and that's not going to stay with you. You're not going to analyze that. It's just there and then it's gone. Treat your thoughts the same way. You don't cling onto the feeling of paper after you felt it an hour ago. You just let it go. When I understood this, thoughts simply appeared and I had the choice of analyzing them and dwelling on them or just letting them go. And when I let thoughts go, I became so much more present. This is what mindfulness teaches. You are not your thoughts. You simply observe them and let them go. The thing with getting a thought is that we instantly judge them. We instantly put a label on them. Like, let's say you get a cringy thought, you instantly start like cringing, like literally. Like you physically start cringing, you just feel embarrassed, you just feel bothered by the thought. Maybe you feel regret about not doing something. Maybe you just dwell on the past, thinking about how much homework you could have done during the 3-week holiday you had. You don't dwell on the past. You stop yourself from dwelling. The more you dwell on these things, the more shit you feel and the worse things become because you honestly can't really do anything about it. I just stopped myself from doing this. I stopped myself from putting these labels. I stopped myself from dwelling on these thoughts. And I simply let them go. By doing this in some situations, like let's say you're getting rage baited by some guy, you just become a lot more calm. I've seen this help me so much. I could have like crashed out so many times. Like, have you ever played basketball in high school? Have you ever been fouled so much you wanted to do like a backflip and break your neck? It's when I stopped and I looked onto these intrusive thoughts that I stopped myself from getting beaten up. I could have gotten expelled, I could have gotten suspended. All these things could have happened if I didn't stop and look onto my thoughts, realize them for what they were, and just let them go. I chose not to throw hands because in the end, I realized that it wasn't worth it. Apparently feeling comes first, then thoughts. When you feel anger slash rage, typically Actions come second. But when you're present, you get the feeling, but then you have this thought process of what could happen if you do act upon your feelings, your emotions, and then you take action depending on your realization of the moment. You make the better decision because you are present. And this can stop you from doing so much stupid things. By being more present, it can stop you from putting a fucking knife into a toaster. It can stop you from getting into fights. It can stop you from ruining your friendships. And the thing with mindfulness is that it's a skill. It's the skill of noticing, observing, and experiencing everything in and around you. And to train this is to meditate. When you think of meditation, you probably think of lying down on the ground in school, listening to some fuck ass AI bullshit about some lying down on the beach or whatever. Or you might even think about just sitting down on your bed, cross legged, eyes closed for 10 minutes straight, thinking about fucking sunshine or rainbows. With meditation, you don't even have to sit down for an hour straight like a Buddhist monk and meditate in silence. You can legit do it right here, right now. With meditation, it's realizing that your mind is wandering, because when you sit in silence, your mind wanders. It's when you realize your mind wanders and you bring it back onto something like your breath. That's meditation. It's just bringing yourself back to the present. That's what meditation is. That's all it is. And you can do it right here, right now. Let's say you're thinking about some random stuff. Stop thinking about it, go back to your breath, and then boom, you're meditating. You don't even have to sit down to do it. Every time you bring your attention back to your breath, it's like a rep, it's like a workout. Meditation is a workout. Every time you bring your attention back, that's a rep. And by exercising this, you increase your mindfulness, you increase your emotional control, and you decrease the possibilities of ruining your life, like breaking your toaster. By being more present, I've become a lot less stressed. I've been worrying less. I've been depressed less. And I've been able to control the things I do and I say a lot better than before. Because surprisingly, if you're not present, you could die. After some research, I realized that the toaster wouldn't have exploded because the outlet would have like turned off because of some kill switch or something. But it says I could have gotten electrocuted. I could have died. I'm gonna go test this out.